You see people a lot, they're a little worried about death, especially in the West, especially in America. You notice? They don't talk about it. Like, it's like you can't talk about it. Even like a family member, it's clear. And maybe they're at stage 4 cancer and their breathing slowed down, they sleep all day, they don't eat. It's like clear, like, okay, like time's coming soon. Still they don't talk about it. They're like not allowed to talk about it, you know. Now in India it's different. They talk about it all the time. Even your average just person who doesn't know anything about anything, they know, they're used to hearing the subject on death. It's good. It's good because it's gonna happen. It's the only thing guaranteed to happen. That's the only thing that's guaranteed. Like, we're gonna leave this body, but we focus on like everything else that's impermanent, that's not gonna last. But we don't give any kind of thought or consider the man. What a I don't know. It's a fascinating. It's always been. I made a video. Death is the highlight of life. It's like, I just think it's going to be a fascinating. And it's not like it's the first time we ever experienced it. We can't remember though, because if we could remember, now some will say, no, I've had visions. Yeah, I know. Okay, but I'm saying, like, still, when you go through that door, it's going to feel like a new experience, because it is. It's a fascinating subject. And here's the irony, though. Like, we're being born and dying every day, and every 24 hours. It's like this. When you lay down at night and you go to sleep, you spend there's some amount of time you'll spend in deep sleep. Some amount of time. The more, the better, actually. And then you wake up, you're full on. Deep sleep's the deepest rest. That's a death. You're not there during that. You have no cognitive functioning, no memories, no goals. Your master's not there. Nothing's there. Your goal for self-realization, all this is like, it's not there. Because you have to exist first in order for these other things to happen or to experience. I love my master so much. If you're not there, your master's not there. We have to have this sense of individual self, and then the game starts. See, first we try to get goals and girls and money and all that, and then we realize like that doesn't make us happy. So then we try to get self-realization. Then we get a teacher or something, and then we start. It's all part of the game. Deep sleep, there's none of that. So you can say that that's a death. But then the consciousness like incarnates back into this car, aka body, after in the morning sometime, and then all of a sudden, like, whoa, I'm back in the machine now. Game's on again. You were born again. It's birth, all right? And then fast forward 16, 18 hours, you're gonna die again. Now, to the people who have any kind of fear of the so-called, real death, it's still not real. I want to say this. What's the difference? Remember that sign. What's the difference when, because that's the way back to my car. What's the difference if you die? You go to sleep, okay? Instead of waking up in this car, in this plane, this world, you're gonna wake up in a different car, on a different plane. This is all that death is, the stereotypical definition of death when people talk about death. That's all that happens. Now, those who have astral projected or had, some intense plant medicine experiences or meditation, deep meditations or near-death experiences, you know there's you have another body underneath this body, or that this body's inside, however you want to say it, and you know that there's other planes of existence. Like, you just know. Somebody say, well, can you prove it? No, I don't. Like, how are you going to prove? You can't prove anything anyway, even the physical stuff. How you gonna, the scientists are always changing their mind, the so-called scientific law, okay? Fast forward after some years or decades, they're gonna modify it. Like even on the gross level, it's hard to prove anything. How are you gonna prove the level that we're speaking now on the more subtle levels? Like, you can't. So, but when you have experience, true experience, you just don't care about proving anything to anyone. Like, you talk to those who have also had the experience. And then you share your experience. That's fun. That's nice. Why are you going to waste time trying to tell somebody something who can't even assimilate it? They're not at the level they can assimilate it yet. You know, because you've been through those levels too. So you say, okay, they say, I don't believe you. Okay, I understand. I know. It's all good. Don't believe me. And you can't believe me anyway, so I understand. And then you let them come to realize these things on their own. So let's hook it back. This is how you start to get comfortable. If there's fear around, like leaving this body or dying, you start to understand there's no death. How can there be death for you as consciousness? Because you've recognized your true nature to some degree. You realize your consciousness, you're formless. You realize that, like, how's it gonna die? What do you mean? Can't die. And then you see how God gives us a taste of birth and death every 24 hours for most. And you just see through the whole delusion of, like, in fear that's surrounded around death for most people. You see through that. That gives a sense of, like, peace and solace. And you might even start getting excited about it. Like, I've compared it before to, like, it's like a roller coaster. When you're going up the hill, it goes up real slow, and then it starts to go down, and you might lose your stomach. I see it like that. It's like, I'm gonna make a video, I think, about death meditation or something. I've always liked that. There's no standard when it comes to the spiritual practice, or what you need to do, or what you need to contemplate or think about, that's best to hook you into truth, to reveal wisdom or your true nature. There's, like, I don't know, for me, like, it's an intuitive thing. You listen to how you respond. Something inside responds. It's your higher nature saying, yeah, do that. Yeah, that's good. Meditate on death. Yeah. Or just sit quiet and just meditate and do Vipassana breathing. Yeah, do that. You see, you have to be sensitive enough to feel what your way in is. God's tailor-made your own unique path. But can you hear it? Can you, like, tune into it? Usually we have to get rid of all this conditioning that we absorb about spiritual conditioning. First, we get rid of ego conditioning. The next level, we get rid of spiritual conditioning in things that we read in books and that teachers tell us and say, no, this is the best way. This is what you got to do. This will bring you deep in. You need to go out and to this special retreats, $5,000, but you'll like be in this special atmosphere for 10 days. And they get these deep chamber meditation rooms where it's sense deprivation, and then that will do. And then you can put on this special software too, and this will, you see, the mind gets excited about certain things. You got to discern the difference between when your mind is responding to something and when your heart's responding to something. And now some will say, well, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, you be there. You don't know. You just don't know. That's cool. Don't try to be somewhere you're not. Don't try to be at a level you're not. You don't know, then don't know until you know. That's how you handle that. In the meantime, try different things if it comes to you naturally. but don't try things in some obsessive way. Like I gotta find it. You're not gonna find anything. You find stress. You let life take care of itself. It's already written in the script what your spiritual practice is and how you're going to like discover it. And you remember, this life is like that. It's a discovery. We're in like a discovery show. Like, Dungeons and Dragons. Do people still play that? I thought it was cool back in the day. I never played it because it's like, I don't know, it just took too long. But it's like they're going through the maze and they got to find this, and this is what we're doing. It's the same thing. It's just a little more sophisticated game. So relax. You can never die. And that's the joke, though. God doesn't allow. It's like the people who are like worried, like, oh no, I'm gonna die, like, oh, and then they die and they wake up and they're like, oh man, that was like taking off a tight shoe. Like, damn, I gotta go back and tell my family, because they're like probably worried about me and they're probably worried about their own death. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Oh shit, I can't go back. Higher angel, can you like, I don't have any money. I don't think you use money here, but is there something I can like, I want to go back. Can I get permission to like go back? And no, you can't do that. It's like against the rules. See, so people can't come back and tell, because it messed the game up. But some of you intuitively already know this. See, I'm talking to you guys. And so then when we have this discussion, it reinforces it. It makes it, because it can get a little wavery, because this is no joke. This stuff looks real. You cut your arm. You remember I used to administer the test to the non-duals who thought there just nothing exists. I'd tell them to like hit themselves with the rock and, make a video then. So, this stuff looks real because we're super plugged into this human bot form. We have the emotional body and the nervous system's tied into all this, and we feel sensations and impressions, and it's like, so then this is the point of satsang and having these discussions that reinforces, you can say your own deeper inner truth. This is what we do. This is the purpose of the videos. I'll talk to you soon.